Hello, and good morning, good evening, good night, wherever, in whichever part of the day, afternoon, night you're listening to this. My name is Ariel Duran, and this is called the Husky Introvert Believer. It's a short form pod that I'll be doing by myself. I'll be jumping in from time to time just to chime in. I think the title is pretty much self explanatory. Husky. That's a very nice term of saying you're fat, but I am. So, yeah. So, a very term of endearment of saying husky. But yeah, I'm husky. An introvert, and I'm also a believer. And one of those things is not like the other. Generally, for what I've been able to see, most introverts end up being atheists. And I guess I am one of the shiny exceptions. But, opinions are like, finish the sentence. If you already know, you know. I'm not going to say it. Anyway, the purpose of this is to do a short form podcast where I can express myself and say things that are that need to be said from my end. And today happened to be a very sad day. Today, we suffered the loss of a wrestler by the name of Bray Wyatt, known to the fandom as Bray Wyatt, real name Wyndham Rotunda. Very young age, 36. Apparently, it was a heart attack. At least that's the version that is being now reported. Uh, Very super sad that a young man in the prime of his life is taken away. My condolences to family, friends, and whoever knew him in real life. I never got the privilege of meeting him, but I could say I was touched by his work because, first and foremost, I'm a fan, a wrestling fan, and I was a fan of his in-ring work, the creativity, if you will, that he put in to his characters. He was many characters. I mean, he started as Husky Harris, then became Bray Wyatt, and from there morphed into other stuff. His input in creating characters was off the charts. Very original stuff. He went through the scary stuff, and he played a lot into the scary stuff, and to the point that he was viewed as being like the next version of the Undertaker for this generation. Sadly, WWE did not capitalize on him in a very efficient way. A lot of missteps and a lot of missed opportunities to get that ball rolling, unfortunately. And yeah, unfortunately, it did not go the way most of us would have hoped that it went for him. Uh, he is survived by his fiance, his children, uh, his father, IRS, Mike Rotunda, uh, his brother, Bo Dallas, not actual real name, wrestling name, his sister, family members, and, his second family, the wrestlers, who have paid all kinds of tributes in his memory today. And his passing has been a very sad, dark day. I mean, we recently also, the wrestling world recently lost Terry Funk, a legend. And that's not just saying it because it sounds nice. He was a legitimate legend in the wrestling business. I mean, you got Hulk, even Sylvester Stallone singing your praises, Boss Rutan, in the MMA world. You were somebody. You were some legitimate tough guy, and they didn't come tougher than Terry Funk, a true legend in the wrestling business. And I didn't mean this to be a wrestling podcast, but being with the recent events with Bray passing away, also Terry Funk, felt that this needed to be acknowledged and at least be mentioned, and give my respects to those men that sadly left us in this week. This is not what the podcast is going to be about, by the way. It's not like, well, we're just going to be doing these type of things and, calling out, oh, so-and-so passed away, I do a wrestling podcast. No, it's mainly about my interest in, as I said, introverted believer. Introverted, so I'm very socially awkward. I mean, some people might say, you don't seem that socially awkward. Well, with experience comes experience. Valga la redundancia. And, let's just say I've learned how to manage myself with people. But it's still a struggle for me. It's still difficult for me to interact with people. I mean, I can do a one-on-one. No deviant thoughts here, people, please. One-on-one interactions as in communicating. Let me clear that one up before somebody uses it for more devious thoughts and innuendos, if you will. Not into that kind of stuff. Married to one woman. Plan to stay that way. Horrible joke. Anyway, so it's still a little difficult for me. What I'm trying to say is to interact with people. But oddly enough, talking to a microphone in an empty space and releasing that to the ether, apparently, very easy with that. I'm very fine with that. I guess it has to do with the fact that nobody's interacting back with me. I guess that has to do something with it. I don't know. And also make light or make a point talking about that I'm also a believer. What does that mean? I'm a Justin Bieber fan? No. Well, I think the only thing we and Justin Bieber have in common is that we both believe in Jesus. I think that's pretty much it. Because the boy is thin as you know what. And I'm thick. Oh, see, there's another thing that we have in common. Those pronouns starts with T. That's one way of looking at it. Thin and thick. Anyway, bad dad jokes. I know. I'm 45 and I am a dad, so sorry. Take it. That's all you got to do. Take it. Well, I'm a believer. I believe in Jesus. I believe in Christ. It's been an ongoing battle for me to have this faith because the introvert part of me, I have one of the weirdest type of introverts. I did a bunch of tests on myself just to clear that one up. And it turns out I'm an INTJ in the Briggs-Myers personality test. And it turns out that type of personality is weird, odd. Maybe 2% of the planet have it. So if you want to feel unique, try to come to this level. That's pretty unique. 2% of the planet. That's a very, very small group of people right there. The problem is that type of personality usually are very, very, very smart. I have nothing to provide as evidence on my behalf of that being true. So other than I'm also an introvert and I'm INTJ, I also seem to be the only exception in the rule in the INTJ's spectrum of not being extremely smart or being extremely rich. Because these are people that are very dedicated and have they're very goal oriented people. And just recently is that I'm starting, like, maybe I should get my life together. I mean, I'm 45 and I'm not exactly in a position where I would like to be or end up being, when I kick the bucket, the proverbial bucket. Yeah, I guess we got to do something about that. Just took me, I don't know, 45 years to figure that one out. I don't know, but hey, better late than ever. So, God, deprecation. Thy name is Ariel. Anyway, uh, so this is just going to be a short form of me talking and introspectively talking about my faith, talking about, getting stuff ready for myself in my life and where I'm seeing things going. I've made a few changes in my life recently. I've done some changes in my life recently that I'm hoping that it's for the best. And I've taken some decisions in my life that are also hoping that are for the best. I'm also making life decisions and more oriented towards the what I want to do with my life. I'm a man that possesses some talents. Some. I'm not going to say, like, oh, look at me, I'm this hot stuff. But, by the grace of God, life, the universe, whatever you want to call it, I've been given some stuff too that I'm okay-ish at it. I will say that. I'll just give enough praise to myself in that department that I okay-ish. So we're gonna go with that. So yeah, that's where I'm aiming towards to go. So this has been a short version of what we're going to be doing. Expect a little different than this, but this is like a beta version of what these small portion podcasts are going to be. So anyway, thank you for listening. You can catch these on the same link that you get the Husky by Boo pod. It's all going to be here. So it's going to be just special episodes sprinkled here and there within the same link of the Husky by Boo pod. By the way, we did try to record last week because you probably heard the special announcement that I did on social media, including video and whatnot. We did record, but due to technical issues that we will not get into, we lost the recording. Let's just say that we lost the recording. So we'll try to do something over the weekend, Jonathan and I. So the Husky by Boo pod, the main pod, is still a go, but you'll see or listen to it in a very little different way. But in the meantime, in between time, you'll getting the audio version, but we're getting ready. We're gearing up. We already got the gear for the video version. So it's just a matter of, hang in there with us. We're trying to get our bearings together and trying to get this done. So there you go. So anyway, this has been me doing this Husky Introvert Believer thingy for you guys, and I hope that is something that you enjoy. Take care, peoples, and goodbye.